All right. Good morning. This is episode number 133 of Genius Take the Wheel. I am Dr. Evil Genius, and I will be your host today. I will also be your host the next time, too. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, it is Thursday. So I will also be your host on Saturday and beyond. Now that I'm thinking about it, it would be really crazy if I do some sort of weird collaboration with another content creator and we do the whole Genius Take the Wheel thing, and then somebody who's better looking and more jacked than myself takes over. That would be actually pretty goddamn cool. All right, so number one, shout out to the replay crew. I do appreciate you. Thank you for supporting all the people that like to come through here, repeat customers. Uh, Hello. I hope that you will appreciate and hit the like button because that is a free way of helping me promote my channel. Okay, so as we customarily do, we're going to do the autopsy on today's training. Today I actually got to the gym about 15 minutes later than I actually wanted to, which is a huge improvement over normal. I just did not want to get up, and that's really all it boiled down to. But I did get to the gym by 6:15, and it allowed me to take my time. Now, obviously, as I progress through my training on leg days, I want to kind of get things done a little bit more streamlined. But I felt very comfortable in getting done the work that needs to be done and taking my time and making sure that it all got done and it all got done right. So today I stayed at 6 reps per set, 4 sets. So a total of 24 repetitions at 455 on the leg press. I believe on Saturday I might keep it to that same level. If my legs feel fresher, my legs did not feel physically very good today. If my legs feel a little bit fresher, on Saturday, I might go from 24 reps to 28. I might go from sets of 6 to sets of 7. And obviously, I'm on the road towards 4 sets of 12 at 455. And after I defeat that, I believe the next weight that I'm going to go to is 475. And then after that, 495, which when I was focusing mainly on leg strength, that was what I topped out at. I think I topped out at Catherine Anna Hauserman. How are you doing today? I topped out at 5 sets of 10 at 495 when I was going for strength. I think I made it to 10. But then, I wanted to drop the number of sets, up the number of reps per set. And so, I'm slowly but surely getting to those big boy plates. Very well. I'm working towards it, Catherine. I have to earn it. I have to earn the very well. I did hit 4 sets of 10 at 130 on the prone leg curl machine. And I was pretty satisfied with my performance. Uh, what was really concerning was how bad the hack squat felt at the beginning today. I had to chop up the first set into two mini sets of five, um, because the stretch on my left quad just felt so gnarly. It felt like I was like grinding. And I know that the quality of the movement was good. It just didn't, it just felt so crunchy, you know? Crunchy is good for peanut butter, not for your squat, you know? So I was really thinking, like, wow, maybe I should just do five sets of five because the, I had not done the hack squat in the last two visits. So maybe my body was kind of rebelling against it. And so, come on. So since my body was rebelling against it, I thought that maybe that was the issue, but then the next three sets went off without a hitch. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Catherine Anna Hauserman has a good suggestion, and this is something that people talk to me about a lot. So I'm going to explain the concept because I love explaining this concept. It's really, I have a lot of fun with it because it just shows how much we've advanced in exercise science. Now, we've learned over the last few years that static stretching, the way people, normally think about it and execute it, is really, not only is it not effective for really much of anything, but it is actually um, less than optimal. It will decrease your ability to produce force, meaning that it will make you physically weaker if you do so. And part of the reason why is because the forcing of the the sarcomeres uh, to separate from each other, these modules within the muscle cells, to force them apart, um, usually creates friction that, obviously you can make it separate a little bit, but not only is it likely to go back to the same level of contraction as it was before, but you're probably going to cause some inflammation that just makes things less than optimal. So when you're talking about stretching, stretching in the traditional sense is really not effective. Now, where you can stretch some to your benefit is in the lengthened phase, the eccentric phase. You can focus on getting into the most lengthened position that you can, and that will be very um, beneficial and have the benefits that people think they're getting when they do static stretching. So when before I start um, my working sets, I will start at a weight that's much, much lower than my working weight. And so it will prepare my muscles and joints for the work that's about to be done. And as I move up in weight to get to my working weight, I focus on that lengthened position. I'm very slow and controlled, and I'm really trying to get into the stretchiest position I can while feeling the weight of the resistance. And that, not a passive contraction, but an active, lengthened contraction, is the type of stretching that is actually uh, useful. And so that is what I practice, and my muscles and joints have never been healthier. The reason why I've been struggling lately is because I've been working for too many days straight, for too hard, for too many weeks straight. And so they stretch me all the time in physiotherapy, specialized for, yeah, CP, but that is not the same and it needs to be done because of the cramping. CP wants to, yeah, that's different. That's different. And, you don't have the same ability to, with cerebral palsy, you don't really have the same control over your skeletal muscles as I do. So you're going to need help so that you can remain somewhat mobile. That's definitely different than my application, um, and the type of stretching that I engage in. So yeah, the hack squat didn't feel good at the start, so I cut the first set in half, and then I did. I think I took maybe like 10 or 15 seconds in between, and then I finished the set, which actually felt better. And then the next three sets of 10 went off without a hitch. And then I did four sets of 11 on the seated leg extension at 170 pounds. I'm really, really starting to own that movement, and it really is boosting. I am really boosting my ego, and I can also tell that I'm boosting my size because I've noticed some physical, how should I put this, inconveniences that come with having thicker legs than you're normally used to. I'm not really going to talk about that uh, on on the stream because I don't want YouTube to do anything further to shadow ban my channel. Okay, so I did have a very successful training day. I feel very happy. Today, I'm going to do my first targeted horizontal pull day. I'm going to keep it somewhat light because I just want to get a nice little pump and then hit my biceps so that my back will be fresh and ready for vertical pull on today's Thursday, Saturday. Um, because I skipped the last vertical pull day, I just was not in a good mental space on Tuesday after Tuesday's leg lift. So I ended up just taking because I also thought I was kind of maybe developing a cold. Maybe I was kind of getting a little tingly in the sinuses, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm not going to push that. I'm not going to push my immune system any further." But I feel pretty good now, so I'm going to do a moderate night. I'm going to try to get a nice little pump in my back, getting some rows, hit my biceps, call it a day. All right. Ba, 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 ba. All right. So in the title, I told you I invested in some old man shoes, and in the description, I told you guys that I am looking on. I'm looking forward to winning my AARP card. I will never get an IFBB Pro card, but I am working. I am working on my. You're not going to catch me with that red light camera. No, sir. I am working on getting my AARP card. Yes, I know I'm kind of young. I'm at 41. And what am I talking about? Well, on the Nike app, they've been advertising the last couple of years this line of shoes called Easy On or Fly Ease. And what they've done is they have been working with some designers to help people who are maybe having some joint issues. Maybe they have some, maybe they're incapacitated in some kind of way physically, and it makes it difficult for them to bend over, or maybe their hands have some sort of malady, and it may be difficult for maybe them to tie their shoes or bend over to tie their shoes. Maybe they've lost dexterity, whatever. So they've been working to create a line of shoes that don't look like old people's shoes that help people who may be disabled in some kind of way. Now, I'm definitely not disabled in your classical sense. However, man, um, my legs hurt every day, pretty much all day, except for maybe the 40 minutes between when I wake up and when I start warming up to destroy my legs again on the leg press, right? And wow, Catherine, way to steal my thunder. So I've been wearing these Air Jordan 1s or Air Jordan 12s on leg day. The shoes are pretty flat. They don't have a whole lot of cushioning. I'm able to get the sensory information that I need from my feet to my brain and back again so that I can move safely. And I've been very successful in that. But the thing is that, the shoes are mid cut and you have to, tie the shoes, untie the shoes. It's a little bit difficult to get in and out of the shoes, right? So I looked at these Fly Ease version of the same shoes. They're low cut, and what they've done is they have kind of cut the the back heel of the shoe, attached a zipper to where they cut the shoe, and so the at the end of the zipper they put, as Catherine so eloquently put, Velcro on the end of it, so that when you basically zip up the heel of the shoe, um, it kind of comes all the way around, and it has like a strap that goes over the instep, and it Velcros on. And let me tell you guys, I had them delivered yesterday. Today was my first time training in them. And it was so much easier to get on and off my knee pads that I use to make sure that my knees and my quads don't explode and tear and have a whole bunch of bad things happen to them. And the knee pads, when I put them on, but not on, I just kind of make them, I just basically have them on my legs, but not actually compressing the knees. Have them kind of loose inside out around my ankles. Pause. Um, Now I have these low cut shoes where I can very easily put on my knee sleeves and I can slip on my shoes very easily. It's so easy to slip on my shoes with the knee sleeves on and slip them off. It's so easy. Good God, it is so easy. And because I'm not using them to run or to pivot or to do anything like really crazy, I have no trouble getting them on and off. And it is really cool. I got to tell you guys, it is really, really, really cool. Um, and I'm really happy because the pair that I chose not only matches this shirt perfectly, and I've never worn this shirt. This is Coheed and Cambria frontman Claudio Sanchez's, kind of personal music project called the Prize Fighter Inferno. I don't really listen to EDM or electronica or anything like that, so it's not really my cup of tea. But I love the merch and I love this color. And I found a pair of these Air Jordan 1 lows of, ease on, or, fly ease, or wherever they call this line, in the exact color that I needed or that I wanted to wear this shirt. I also have a very cool Animaniac shirt that I like. Um, And so I'll probably be wearing that shirt a little bit more often because now I've got a pair of sneakers that I can wear with it that looks really cool with it. So very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Wow, my right quad really hurts, and it hurts in the right way. It really does. So the shoes feel very stable. They're actually very comfortable. I have a lot of space for my toes. I really can't be doing much better than I am right now. I'm very, very happy with this purchase, and they were on sale nearly half off. And normally I don't care about like the price of sneakers. Like the last pair of sneakers that I bought for like lifestyle, I paid almost $700 for them. But I don't really buy sneakers anymore. Partly because I just don't want to spend any money on anything frivolous. Um, I have all the shoes that I want in all the colors that I want, and I really only need shoes that are going to help me either make money, which is the shoes that I wear to train my clients, or the shoes that I wear to train. And so these were as cheap as Chuck Taylor Converses. They're comfortable. My toes have room to spread. I don't feel cooped up. The shoe doesn't feel too loose where I feel like I'm gonna like slip out of them, and they're super easy to take on and off. I'm very, very happy. Um, Velcro is a Swiss invention. Nice. And like Catherine says, she does have cerebral palsy. So Velcro is one of her best friends, and I don't blame you. However, I don't have cerebral palsy, or at least if I have it, I'm unaware of it. Um, and Velcro is also a friend of mine right now too, because they do use Velcro in two spots on the shoes, and those are and it's very secure too. So I'm very happy with the experimental purchase that I made. I'm very happy with it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this will affect me and my training in the long term, and how um, convenient this is going to end up being for me um, in the long run. Um, uh, for a variety of reasons, and you know what? Who knows? I may end up buying shoes like these, just as a semi-standard. Um, I think I work hard enough to be lazy in certain areas. Okay. So yeah, I'm really enjoying these shoes. Like I said, I bought the Air Jordan 1 Easy On, or Fly Ease, or something like that. Um, I can tell you that um, I leg pressed heavy weight in them today with no problem. I was able to hack squat in them, no problem. I'll be deadlifting probably on Saturday in them, no problem. So I'm afraid they would steal my shoes in Colombia, especially the Fly Ease. Oh, because they're Air Jordans or something like that. Um, you would have to be like the world's biggest scumbag to try to rob somebody who's disabled. But those people do exist in our world, and there's nothing that you can tell them to be anything other than a scumbag. But anyway, um, so I want to talk a little bit about the difference between good and bad movement. I introduced myself to a trainer that works in the gym, and she normally has a stone face. And I decided to introduce myself because I did not want to unfairly judge her as being like a cold person. And I was wrong. She was super nice. It's just that she's super professional. And I told her, I said, "You're so professional. I admire you, but I do not aspire to be as professional as you. I have a very unprofessional attitude and personality, and that's just the way it is. I just have a very I'm my aptitude as a trainer is professional. My attitude is not in a lot of different ways. So, but anyway, um, so um, we kind of got into a little mini conversation about our approach to honoring the time and the money that our clients pay us, and specifically within the realm of attention to detail. They killed a boy 10 years ago for a mobile phone worth $14.83. Yeah, they'll do that here in the United States too. That's not just a Colombia thing. That's anywhere where there is a lack of economic uh, opportunities. Unfortunately, it's very common. Um, um, yeah. So we were talking about our attention to detail when it comes to watching our clients and their movement patterns, and I told her that I was really thinking a lot about movement. And I taught you guys, the difference between good and bad pain, right? I taught you guys about that. And I wanted to kind of reiterate and um, kind of drive the point home when it comes to, the difference between good and bad pain. The difference between good and bad movement is often millimeters, centimeters, not inches, not feet, not meters. Sometimes the difference between good and bad movement is millimeters. I'll give you an example. On the bench press is a very, very common thing. On the bench press, you'll see a lot of guys level their elbows with their shoulders. That is a very good way to create inflammation and tears in your rotator cuff, irritation around the AC and GH joints, cause a lot of irritation, cause you a lot of pain, surgery, physio, therapy, the whole bit. And the difference would be bringing your elbow from a 90-degree angle to a 60-degree angle. A 70-degree angle would be better than a 90-degree angle. 90 degrees being here, 70 to be about here. But, I like that 45 to 60, right? You don't want to be at zero, but somewhere between 45 and 60. 70 is even acceptable. But look at the difference between this and that. This and that could be the difference between you getting gains and you telling people, "Oh, I can't bench press because I got a bad shoulder." No, you don't have a bad shoulder. You're just not in the optimal position to produce force in a way that doesn't cause um, um, bad inflammation in your shoulder, right? I've seen people have problems with their knees on the squat, and sometimes the difference is where their kneecap points. Sometimes their kneecaps, when they get into the bottom of their squat, their kneecap points toward their big toe or inside their big toe, when it should be the second and the third toe. That's a difference of millimeters. Okay? That's not centimeters, that's not feet. That is centimeters, but the difference literally is millimeters between you having problems with your meniscus, your MCL, your PCL, and you being able to glide smoothly, which is why I'm always paying attention to where my toes point, making sure that both of my toes are pointed exactly opposite of each other and equally. Um, I don't have one foot even 1 millimeter in front of the other to create any kind of imbalances. I don't want my hips to be twisting, any of that stuff, because I know that that creates a huge difference when it comes to my ability to produce force evenly and reliably without hurting myself in bad ways, right? So I want you guys to understand that this is why it is advantageous to seek the advice and the tutelage of a professional that pays attention to the details of your movements, the details of how your body reacts as it progresses through different levels of fatigue will make a big difference between, on one side, you're not working hard enough and not getting the gains you want. On the other extreme, you end up getting hurt in ways that are preventable. And then, of course, that nice spot in the middle where you are getting to that bleeding edge of breaking the various glass ceilings of your potential, your physical and mental potential. Some of us have studied this for years to get it just right, to have success with reading other people's physical markers to keep them in optimal health. You know, Louis Rossman is not as physically healthy as he is today on his own. He was under my watchful eye for several years, and he benefited from that. So, just like you would benefit from him taking a look at your MacBook, you would benefit from me taking a look at your movement patterns. Because I know the difference, and the difference sometimes is in millimeters. Catherine says, um, yes, then trap a nerve and you are done for 10 days. Yeah. Yeah. I have a client right now dealing with some nerve issues, and she's miserable. And you guys know, over the last 3 or 4 months, some of the nerve issues that I've had. Catherine said my parents used Nautilus machines. They went to Kaiser in Switzerland. Kaiser is a workout chain. Okay, so that might be the equivalent of Gold's or Powerhouse or something like that over there. Nautilus machines are pretty good. From what I understand, Panada machines are becoming the gold standard, especially among professional bodybuilders. So I'm interested in trying some Panada machines at some point. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I got to do some work um, for some of my clients. I have to eat some food. I hope that this has been an informative stream for you guys. And the last bit of information I have to give to you today is, if you believe yourself to be a strong person, you are absolutely correct.